Hey everybody, welcome to my new series of videos titled New Devices, in this case covering March of 2017. So basically, I'm going to try to publish these videos every month, usually about a week after the month is over, so that anything that I have coming in the mail from that month arrives and I can film it. And what I'm going to do is show all of the new devices that I've received in that month. Now, of course, if I don't receive or purchase anything in that month, then we won't have a video. But the thing that kind of gave me an idea for this was the huge amount of alarms I received during the month of March. So I thought, well, why not make a video out of it and kind of show these things off before I have a chance to make an actual testing video out of them. So, as you can see, I got a couple of the devices laid out here. The biggest thing was that I bought a huge lot of alarms with the intent of reselling some of them, but I'm also keeping a lot from that, so that's why I ended up with so much this month. So let's get started and take a look at what we got here, but I'm actually going to start with the alarms that did not come from the huge lot, and then we'll work our way towards those. So first up, we have these Wheelock Exceeders here, the LED versions, and I'm actually going to be taking these out of the box during this video for the first time. So here we have the LED Exceeders, and I did get another one of these this month, but I currently have that installed up on my system board because it's going to be used in the next system test. That's a white LHSW horn strobe. On the other hand, these two are the LHSR models. These were manufactured in 2012. So let's pop one of these open. So here we have everything that goes along with the LED Exceeder. So you can see we got the red casing and the tone, well, not so much tone, but the continuous versus code 3 selection switch here. Then the multi-candela selection switch over here does between 15, 30, 75, and 110 candelas. And of course it's displayed through the window over here. So let's move on to the next item. So right here we have two older style Notifier BNG1 pull stations, and I think the guy here on the left is actually a more uncommon version of this pull station. This is a BNG1-F pull station, and it's equipped with a double pull, double throw switch instead of the standard switch that's installed on most of these units. It's like this. This is a just a standard BNG1 pull station. Moving on now, we have this cool Fenwal rebranded Wheelock RSS, and this has had Halon lettering applied to the faces. The actual fire lettering that's on these devices normally is still underneath here. If you look through the top, it's just attached with double stick tape, and you can see the lettering underneath. And like I said, this is simply a rebranded Wheelock RSS 241575W. I think W should mean this should be a white device, so I mean, they messed with the front cover anyway, so it doesn't surprise me that it's a different color than what's on the model number. But then the proper model number for the Fenwal version is 75-00002-011, and this device is manufactured in January of 1999. So these two devices both came together from a very old industrial facility. On the left over here we have a Simplex multi-candela SmartSync TrueAlert, although I don't know the true number, model number of this. It's something in the 4906 series, because this guy is missing its back plate that has all the information on it. So I think I narrowed it down to a 4906-9127 is what I believe this is, if that sounds familiar. And again, I'm not sure of the operating condition of this. Kind of the same story with this guy. This is a 4903-9219, but this, excuse me, in fact does have my spare Simplex 9840 horn installed in it right now, because this did not have a horn installed in it. When I received it, it was just the body and the strobe, and this guy was manufactured in April of 1995. And again, I don't know the manufacturing date on this because its information is missing. So now we're going to go ahead and dive into the bunch of alarms I got from that massive lot that I mentioned I purchased earlier. And all of this, well, I should say most of this equipment was Fenwal branded, and then there were a couple other random things thrown in. But we're going to start off with very similar to that other Fenwal strobe that I showed a few minutes ago. This is a Fenwal agent lettered strobe for a fire suppression system. Again, this is a rebranded Wheelock RSS. In this case, the Fenwal model number is 75-0000, maybe one more 05-022. This one is multi-candela. It can be selected between 1530, 75, and 110 candela. And this was manufactured in 2008. Only have one of these. On the other hand, this guy here, this is just a standard 15 candela Wheelock RSS, model number 75-00002-013, and this was manufactured in late 2009. And I have, I believe, 3 more of these that I have sitting around that I haven't taken out of the boxes, but I have taken these out of the boxes so I can use them. Just like the strobes, this is another rebranded Wheelock device. Again, lettered agent for a Fenwal fire suppression system. In this case, this is the newer style Wheelock MT with the horizontal strobe. And the Fenwal model number on this is 75-000015-002. And this was manufactured in 2004. So it's a little bit older than the rest of the stuff in the lot. And I believe that this one has been used before, although it did come in the original box. And this has a fixed 1575 candela strobe. This is again another rebranded Wheelock MT. In this case, it's the horn-only version, and it hasn't had any agent lettering applied anywhere. This is a rebranded MT1224R, and it was manufactured again in late 2009. And I do have 2 more of these laying around that are, again, brand new in box, that I have not opened yet. So these 3 Fenwal smoke detectors also came with the alarm lot, and like I mentioned, I bought it to resell some items, so the bases that shipped with these were actually addressable bases, so there was some mislabeled boxes. So if I want to use these detectors, I'll have to order a Fenwal 2-wire base to go with these, and right now I really have no use for these. That's why they're still all packaged up in the boxes. But eventually I would really like to obtain the bases, and then there's a Fenwal panel on eBay that I've been eyeballing for probably 3 years now, and as luck would have it, these detectors are compatible with that control panel. So I'm going to hang on to these and see if I can eventually get a little fire suppression system, Fenwal branded fire suppression system going with a control unit and these detectors to go along with the Ansel fire suppression system that I already have. So that was the last of the Fenwal equipment. Here we have a Gentex Commander 3 remote strobe. This is a model number GES3-24WR. I believe this is it is a selectable candela strobe. You can choose between 15, 30, 60, 75, and 110 candelas. This was manufactured on February 5th, 2014. And I gotta say, I really like the design of this alarm. In particular, the metal backplate. It does kind of, I don't know. I'm not a fan of plastic backplates that are prone to cracking, especially if you tighten the alarm too tightly to the back box. In this case, I like how it has the sturdy I believe it's aluminum backplate, and again you can mount that to the wall before attaching the alarm, so that really makes installing this alarm much easier. And this was, like most of the stuff in that lot, brand new in box. Here's another Gentex device. This is a Gentex 7100F single and multiple station smoke alarm. This is a 120 volt AC device, so you can't connect this to a standard fire alarm system per se. The only place I've ever seen these used out in the field was in a manufacturing plant where there was no central fire alarm system. However, there was like some renovations on the interior constructed in 1995, and they required that the elevator be tied in for elevator recall, so these were installed outside of the elevator shaft, and then these were also installed on either side of some big double doors, and they were wired into electromagnetic door holders, so that if these detectors tripped, it would either activate the elevator recall or it would close those fire doors to help contain the smoke and the fire, and they were able to accomplish that without installing a full fire alarm system. Here we have two system sensor HW horns. These are pretty self-explanatory and plain. Again, brand new in box. They have the volume and coding selection wheel here. Right now I have both of these units set to low volume code 3. And I've mentioned this on the fire panel forums before, but I know a lot of people complain about these SpectraLite Advanced devices, but I honestly think they're probably one of the better series of devices that's out on the market right now. Because if you've never owned one of these things, the build quality on these is pretty impressive for what they are. Although it's plastic, you can see all this structure that's molded into here. It makes the device real sturdy, and the mounting plate, of course, makes these really, really simple to install. Of course, my set of system sensor horns wouldn't be complete without a system sensor MDL sync module. This is the original version of this module. It has the really old packaging, and I don't think the packaging even makes mention of the Advanced series, so it's somewhere from the early 2000s. And this also has this jumper over here where you can use this with non-SpectraLite products. The well-known little trick to code alarms to code 3 without a panel. But if you're going to use this normally, obviously on this side, you wire everything into the panel, and then on the device side is where you have your outputs going out to your horns and horn strobes and standalone strobes, so you can get everything synchronized on the circuit. I would like to eventually install a sync module on my system, but as of right now I'm still not really sure how I'm going to do it, or where I'll install it, or how I'll be able to wire it up with the wiring scheme I have of constantly changing devices around. So we'll see. And last but not least, the final device. This is a system sensor RST151 key remote duct test station. Like everything else, this was new in box. It came with the key. It's already over on my key ring. I'd like to find out how to wire this up with just a 24 volt power supply and connections, since all the wiring manuals I have show it connected to a system sensor smoke detector, and the markings on the rear here are kind of ambiguous as to what they actually connect to within the device. And this is a more recently manufactured device than the MDL. This was manufactured right around the beginning of the year in 2013. So that wraps it up for all the alarms from March of 2017. And like I mentioned, this is the first video that I'm making like this, so I'll have to gauge the reception and the feedback I get on this video to see if I should continue making similar videos in the following month. So I'd appreciate your comments on whether this kind of production monthly would interest any of you. And of course, if you are interested, slap that subscribe button so that you'll be notified of whenever I publish future videos. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention, and this is kind of a corny marketing ploy. The kind of thing that really bugs me in other people's videos, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. All throughout this video I mentioned that there are a couple of these lots of alarms I bought with the intention of reselling some of them. So I'm going to be publishing another video right after I get done uploading this one. That's going to be kind of a counterpart to this, and that's going to go over all the devices that I currently have listed on eBay for sale, because I want to try to get some of those going and out of here. So, you know, of course, then I can buy more stuff, because everybody loves stuff. Alright, so if you watched to this point, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.